This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2021 Columbus fifth wheel made by Palomino, and the model number is 378 MBC. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. This isn't a sales video or floor plan video or anything like that. It's just a how-to, and I'll just go by and show you some of the features and how they work, okay? Now, for one, now this is very dirty still, but we're cleaning and prepping it for you, and we're just trying to get this video done so so we can move on. So it'll be in good shape, nice and clean when you pick it up, okay? One thing to know, that this griddle has to be plugged in. Okay, so let me set this down here. Hold on one second, please. Okay, bear with me. Okay, there we go. Let's put it together right there. So, in order to operate this griddle, you have to plug it into the LP system. So it comes with a hose. It quick connects to this fitting here, and then you'll go down under here, and it plugs into that quick connect fitting right there to get to the LP system. Okay. Also, you can see there's you need a 3/4 inch drill on a, or excuse me, 3/4 inch socket on a drill or a crank to raise and lower your spare tire. This has a self-leveling system with a 6-point system, so there's 6 jacks on it. I'll show you how that operates when we get to the controls. Okay. Also, there's a refrigerator that goes here. I'm told that you're aware of this. They're on order, but it just hasn't got here yet. But there is a 110 AC refrigerator that sits there, and basically as soon as you plug in the trailer, it turns the refrigerator on. Okay, so let's go this way. Now you have an awning on the slide out. It's a power awning with LED strip, and you have a second one right here. As you can see, it's open right now. You've got outdoor speakers. Pass-through basement, of course. Whoops. Now, let me just turn on some light here. This is heated, and this is a kill switch for the battery right here. So if you ever wanted to disconnect the battery, you can do that right there, okay? This is cable and satellite hookup in power, so you could set a TV in here if you wanted to, or set it on a table outside. That's your dump hose there. Now, we'll look at it over there on the other side, but that large piece of equipment there is a power inverter. Remember that inverting is turning 12 volt DC into 110 AC. So it takes 12 volts from your 2 batteries and converts it to AC power and sends it to your refrigerator. So your refrigerator will continue to run. When you go down the road, for example, the alternator on your tow vehicle will be charged to the batteries. The batteries will be sending power to the inverter, and the inverter will be sending power to your refrigerator. Okay? Alright. This also converts power. I'll talk to you about that when we get inside. Conversion is the exact opposite. It's going from AC to DC power. So, okay, let's move on a little bit. You've got 2 30-pound tanks. Okay, we just put 2 batteries in for you. Now, they're 27 series deep cycle marine batteries. They're wired together, but they're wired together at 12 volts, so they still output 12 volts. You just have double the storage capacity, which is important when you're diverting power. Okay, this is just a hookup. If you wanted to buy a solar panel to charge your battery, you would plug it in right there. Okay, this is just your other LP tank. Okay, like I said, I know there's a lot of sawdust and stuff around, but we're still working on it. So this is your inverter up close, just so you know. Okay, now this is the outside controller for your leveling system. There's a sticker that tells you how it works, but there's also a touch panel inside. The touch panel inside has more features than this does. So keep in mind, to turn this on, you just push both buttons or both arrows at the same time, up and down, it turns on. Now, you have three options: auto level, auto retract all, and auto hitch height. You're not really going to use auto retract all because it'll nosedive the trailer. Basically, when you push auto level, this remembers the hitch height that you're at, right? So then when you're done camping, you can push hitch height, and it'll return it to that same position it was in before you auto level. So theoretically, you should be able to slide right underneath with your tow vehicle, hook up, and take off. So those are the two you're interested in: auto leveling and then auto hitch height. Okay. Like I said, the controller inside has more functions like manual. You know, you can operate the jacks manually, things like that. We'll talk about that when we get in there. Okay. This also has a filter canister for a water filter that you can put in there. If you use it, you'd have to change it every season. So before you winterize in the fall, you just throw it out and then winterize. Then after you de-winterize in the spring, you'd put a new one in. Okay. Now, black tank, gray tank, pretty self-explanatory. City water right here, and this is a black tank flush here, if you can see that. So right here you've got all the different diagrams of these four levers right here. So let's say you just want to use city water, which is the most common way. You hook the hose up here, you're going to run city water. You basically will just imitate this. You'll go like this, and then like that. So these four valves are in that position, right? I'm going to put it back like it was because I don't want to disturb it, but right now this is in winterizing mode. All right, so when you put it in winterizing mode, it'll suck antifreeze right through this port right here. Okay, if you need to fill your tank because you're going to camp someplace that doesn't have plumbing, you can pre-fill your tank by putting them in this configuration, and then when you want to pump water from the tank, you'd put it in this configuration and use the onboard water pump. There's also a switch outside for the pump and one inside. Okay, so that, and of course the black tank flushes. After you flush your tanks, you're going to leave the black tank valve open. You'll hook this hose up to the hose of the dump station right on there, and it'll spray your tank out really well. Okay? So, let's see what we got here. So this is your water heater on the outside. The thing to know about this, it works on both gas and electric, of course. Right now it's empty. You can see the drain plug is out, and it's got an anode rod on it. It'll screw right in there when you plug it. This takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket, so keep that in mind. Also, there's a toggle switch here, on and off. Now this switch controls the heating element that's behind this cover here, the electric heating element. So you have to turn that on to use the electric heating element. Keep that in mind. But the most important thing is never run it without water in it. So right now it's empty because it's winterized, but once you get ready to use it in the camping season, you want to make sure you fill it up before you turn on any kind of either the gas or the electric. Okay, that's important. All right, so let's move down. The thing to know about this one here is the ice maker valve is here for your refrigerator. That's pretty much all this does, that compartment. You got a 50 amp cord, 30 feet long with reducers. It's a 50 amp system. There is your rear tank valve there. It's pre-wired for backup cameras. Okay. Also, you've got a ladder, so it's easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states that you should inspect it every 90 days, so make sure you do that. Make sure there's no cracking or separation at any of the sealant, so water can get in. Make sure that there's no damage to roof attachments by low branches, things like that. Okay, so I told you about the power inverter, which inverts the power from 12 volt DC to up to 110 AC, or over to. This is the opposite here. This is the converter. So on this side you got 12 volt fuses, you got 110 volt circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. And then the power is converted to 12 volt DC. On this side you got 12 volt fuses, and they're labeled. This is also a battery tender, so when you're plugged into 110 AC, it'll make sure it keeps your battery charged up. Okay, let me turn the radio off here. Okay. So your control panel is here. So you've got the awning that's right outside. The door here is right here. The awning for the rear of the trailer over the slide room is here. You've got these two front slide rooms here. You've got this one here, that slide room button, which is for this center one right here. Okay. And then of course up front there's another switch. I'll show you when I get up there, but for the bedroom slide out. Okay. These are all lights here. Here you see you can turn the water pump on here or outside at the docking station like I showed you. You can light the water heater on gas and electric. Make sure there's water in the tank, and make sure that you turn on the electric switch that's in the lower left-hand corner out there on the water heater. And then you have tank heaters. Freshwater tank heater, gray and black tank heaters. Then of course your levels, self-explanatory. Okay. Now this touch panel oh, let me do this here. It has basically this is for the leveling system. Now I showed you outside there's a smaller panel. This does those same things: auto hitch height, auto level, but you can scroll, auto retract. You can go into manual mode, and if I was to push enter, you'll be able to push these different pieces of the pie wheel here and retract or extend the rear jacks, the left, right, front, all independently of each other. So you can do that also. So that's what that one's for. Just gives you more options. Of course, the thermostat works like any other thermostat. You pick your mode and your zone and your system and control it from right here. Okay, now let me go up to the bedroom just because we were talking about it. I want to make sure I don't forget anything. So this is your switch for your bedroom slide out. Okay. Right now the bed is in the up position to show you that there are two more chairs for the dinette table that are stowed here. Okay. This is pre-wired and plumbed and vented for a washer dryer combo if you wanted to put one here. Of course, the rest of it's self-evident. There's a closet, and you can hook up TV here, TV backer for a bracket, that sort of thing. Okay, on the way back here we'll look at the bathroom. Again, most things work just like any other bathroom. It's sink and shower. Right now there's still antifreeze in it, but we're cleaning. Always run the vent with the shower. That's important. And I'm sure you know this because you're buying a big fifth wheel, but you never use the toilet dry. Right now there's antifreeze in it, but below it is the black tank, directly below it, which is empty right now. So before you camp, you have to put chemical and water in it. So you dump one dose of chemical in the bowl, and then you step on the pedal. Water will come swirling out. You put about a gallon or so in there. Some people use more. It's up to you. But the main thing is you can't use it dry, or else the smell will be terrible. Plus, it tends to want to clog up. So always make sure that there's chemical and water in the black tank when you start using the toilet. Okay. Let's go this way. So this is pantry here, of course. This bunk folds down, right? Right now it's up. Now this folds out into a bed here. This sofa. So you pull the back cushions off and fold it out, and you got a little hide-a-bed there. And of course you got TV hookups and all of everything you'd expect. Okay. The range right now the glass cover's up. Make sure you keep it down when you're traveling. This is the sparker. You know, 3 burners and 3 knobs, and then the fourth one over here is the oven knob. So you're just going to do this. That's all you do, just to light it. The oven, a little bit different. Down at the bottom all the way to the back is a pilot light. Okay, so anyway, all you do is you go to pilot and you depress this, then you light it. Once the pilot light lights, you keep holding it in until, for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature. It works like an oven, but when you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you gotta relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Refrigerator, we've talked about that. Let me just look at one thing here so I'm absolutely sure I told you the right information. Yeah. So this is a regular AC refrigerator. Okay, so you got theater seats, of course, and then here's another hide-a-bed, just like the other one, just bigger. Your fireplace is also a space heater, obviously. You get a remote with it. So right now it's flashing H, which is that fan speed. You can see that. I don't know if you can see very well, but you can set the fan speed. You can also change the appearance of the fire. High, fan speed, off, low, back to high. So you get 3 speeds if you include off. And then there's a thermostat also. The other feature is a timer. You can set it to turn on and turn off when you want. So you could set it to turn on, 15-20 minutes before you get up in the morning, and it would, on those cooler mornings, it would just take the chill right out of here. So, okay. So the TV is also it has 2 zones, inside and outside. FM radio, Bluetooth, so you can hook up with your phone or your tablet and stream. HDMI, and charge your USB on it also. So it does all those features, and this is the remote for it right here. Alright, the table. Make sure you strap the chairs when you're traveling so they don't bounce around and dent something or break a window or something. The other 2 chairs are underneath the bed where I showed you. Alright, let me look a little bit farther here, see if there's anything I'm forgetting. Let me open this back up and look. Oh, that's good. This also comes with a tire monitor. If you choose to use it. Basically, there are sensors on the wheel itself, inside the tire, I guess you would say, and they're basically directly across the wheel from the valve stem. So just so you can set them all, it tells you the temperature and it tells you the pressure of your tires. Okay, so let me look a little bit farther. I think I pretty much covered it. This is obviously powered. These seats, so you can just push the button and the footrest goes up and down. And last but not least, this is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. If it goes off, obviously you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off, figure out what's going on. Never ignore it. This is the remote for your vent up here. It's 3-speed, and you can reverse it, I believe. And here, let me just show you. The lid goes up automatically. So there you have it. I'll shut it back up, down. Right there. Okay. And that hangs right here on the wall. Okay. All right. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting your roof every 90 days. That's important. Also, the trailer is winterized. The water heater is empty and bypassed right now, so it's good for the winter. Okay? Thank you.